You don't know.
I'm Nelson.
I'm Bruno.
Thanks for watching.
This is the Agile culture.
And we're going to talk about Agile culture.
It's a serious episode.
Mm-hmm.
We take it very seriously.
People are not looking for this one as they should. Thanks.
Jokes aside, guys.
I think this episode, because we got this book, it is in Portuguese, guys, but it makes too much sense for me and Bruno.
Yeah.
Start with why with Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
And why? I think that people, and today we don't have like a script, we don't have anything. It will be just, maybe we're gonna take longer than we expect, but it is a serious episode because one of the reasons that myself and Bruno, and we are not about, it is not about coaching, that we are Agile coaches, but it is the purpose. Why we seek for that, I won't say role, right? But that position, let's say, maybe. But there is like too much human behind this name or label or badge or whatever you call it, behind the coaching, which is one of the things that I'm not sure of Bruno, but for sure for me, there is a big why, and I know Bruno have a big why. We desire to become. That, can we call us like a Agile coach? Because maybe some people, right? We want to impact somebody, right? And I think that behind everything that we are doing, since we have started this talk show for a while ago, more than a year, and the moment that we have met each other, we got connected with something, like something that make us to believe there's something extra and behind everything,
Something
bigger than just the word Agile, the word design thinking, Kanban and Scrum, and the proposal of it make us to still believe that no matter what, we're gonna keep pushing and keep doing, because we understand that it shouldn't be like a serious episode, right? But people need to understand that behind that, you should have your purpose, your why, something that makes you to wake up every day and make you believe that no matter the storm you're gonna face, as I did and Bruno did, and we faced a lot of storms to become here, to make this show in a way that people might laugh, maybe learn, or maybe criticize us. Because there is, no matter what you guys, like, people will think, we're gonna just keep doing it. Because we want to impact somebody. As our coach says, maybe we will not be able to change a team, but if we can inspire one people, each one, teach one.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's
I love that.
Denzel Washington.
Each one teach one.
You
Yeah.
know,
Summarizes very well.
I think that there is a lot of things, a human behind a process, behind a ceremony,
Behind the title.
the title. It's
Yeah.
not like,
Yeah.
many times I don't assume myself as Agile coach.
We shouldn't.
No
No one should. Yeah.
I just say like I want to inspire, I want to help,
Yeah.
contribute somehow.
There's a lot to be said about the role itself, but if there's one thing amongst and between all the real coaches that I've met in common, there's one characteristic that defines them, is that ability, that passion for helping, for serving others, natural, honest, real desire to help others. And between all of these people that we admire, who inspired us to become better so that we can help more people and to help them with more quality as well, to be better prepared for helping others walk through their own path. All these people that we admire, they have something in common, which is the humility. They're humble. So And
the
I'm
ones
not
we
I'm not
ones we met.
the ones we met.
Yeah.
So we're talking about people that actually breathe and live and respect this thing. So whenever you reach, I don't know, I see it this way. There's a huge responsibility in calling yourself or pursuing that particular role because of the people involved and what they know, what they represent, the impact that they do. If you want to be part of something that big and that meaningful, you have to respect the role behind it. You have to respect the experience that is required behind it. And the reason why we chose to do this episode to end season 2 is because we already talked about the main roles in Scrum, which is the purpose of season 2, and now we are reaching the brink of the season, and we have something new for you guys next. But this role is important to us. This role is important to the community, and we have seen this name and title come up a lot on social media, on courses and trainings, and I'm sorry I'm talking a lot.
No, man.
And it's just
I feel you.
it's sad because some perhaps some of these people that are now calling out as coaches don't really realize the responsibility behind being a coach, because as a coach, and I'm not talking about agile coaches, life coach, career coach, anything like that, there's a huge responsibility in affecting other people, others' lives. So there's a mantra when you become a coach, regardless of agile. They're not talking about agile. There's a lot of expertise is required to become an agile coach, and agile experience and knowledge is one of them. But the coach knowledge and tools and toolbox is a lot bigger than people imagine. And so when you become a coach, you understand there's a mantra, which is helping people, serving, and the mantra of the blue car coaching community is beautiful, which is helping, changing lives, right? Touching lives, which I think is beautiful. Yeah, so if you go back to that, that's the human part that I see, which is so important to share with the community.
And you cover an area, Bruno, that it makes me think a lot, because sometimes I feel a little afraid that maybe people are mixing up what is mentoring with what is coaching, because you need to find out. And I'm not an expert, right? I'm still learning, and probably I'm gonna die with no whole information, and I'm gonna, it's pretty impossible someone to learn a lot of things, right? But I think that we need to, as Bruno said, take care about lives, because you need to find out the edge between mentoring and the moment that you are coaching someone, right? Because it's not about agile. Maybe you will be able to mentor someone about agile because you have the expertise, but maybe you won't be able to coach someone because that part of knowledge, it is something that it takes so much time, right? So that's why I feel I'm sharing personal thoughts, which is sometimes I don't introduce myself as a agile coach. I can tell that I'm an agile champion, that I know, but maybe depending on the situation, I'm not prepared internally to be a real coach. Because to be a coach, you need to be, good with yourself, right? You need to be in a situation that you can manage your own feelings and thoughts and whatever you guys call it before you can coach someone. If you're not good with yourself, you're not able to make someone better. Yeah. You need to be better. You need to be healthy mentally, like physically, emotionally. before you go to that level
Yeah.
where you can impact someone's life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. And so I chose to share this
That's good.
particular talk from Dave.
Which is Agile is that.
Yeah, the name of his talk is Agile is Dead. And Dave is one of the guys responsible for the manifesto for Agile software development. And Dave, this talk is sarcastic for a reason. So I think it goes back to what we were talking about, pursuing something without knowing the purpose. So he mentioned, and he shares in his presentation, his thoughts and ideas on why he believes Agile is dead. And it's not that it's
Really
dead,
bad.
but it's that it's become something different. So it was like most things in our world, in our economical driven, revenue driven world, things evolve into opportunities to make profit. So Agile, the manifesto, and the whole philosophy, the whole proposal became emerged as an opportunity for other people to take advantage of it, and that's the world, right? So some examples that I can't share right now, but he shares some examples on what he believes to become that had become a business. So his whole talk is behind the fact that hundreds of certifications have come up, and it's actually sad, because one of the print screens, there's a print screen that he shares that says
I'm trying to remember.
Scrum Master Training, and then underneath one of those bottom line propaganda that comes up in social media, underneath whatever whatever social media, those pop-ups, it said Scrum Master training or certification, and underneath it said Agile is in the world. Stop thinking, get certified now. So stop thinking. So before you become a Scrum Master, before you become a product owner, and especially for us, before you become an Agile coach, why are you pursuing that? What's driving that decision? Because people will rely on you, and if you don't believe the cause, if you don't believe Agile is here for making our ways of working, for making our companies and our working environments better, then does it really connect with your inner values, your personal values? So it has to make sense. So an Agile coach is someone that really believes in it and lives it.
And I love that, man. Thank you very much. And recently, myself and Bruno, we have faced a situation that it makes that, let me say in a different way. We recently got a situation that we lived that whatever, because we couldn't put in words everything that Dave put on his let's say talk show, but what I'm trying to tell you guys, that we face that people that are looking more as a business, no matter how hard it will be to implement something, right? No matter what, we need to make results. We need to satisfy the stakeholders. We need to satisfy the executive, because it is about resources, which I don't like that word, because we are talking about people and not resources. Resources are machines, right? Computers, memory, the keyboard, chairs. These are resources, right?
Microphone.
So it's not about resources. It's about people, right? But the speech was so hard and so heavy that make us to believe that sometimes, and for some people that are really coached, because I know they are very, very expertise on frameworks, but sometimes I feel like they're not prepared to teach people's life. To teach, I'm saying not teach, but to touch people's life. Because that person needs to build up an environment that people will feel safe, will build up courage. It then comes all the values, and you will see that the pyramid, it goes, the bottom one is values, and that's why Agile you need to leave values before principles and practices, because without values, principle will not happen, either practices. So we need to understand that we know that there are competitors, the industry is growing, user experiences are changing every single day, new apps, new applications, mobiles. There are like a huge, massive, changes happen every day, right? So we need to understand that people culture, people behavior doesn't change on next day. It won't happen. And we need to understand that the coach may take some time to introduce the culture before providing results, financial results, resources results, because saving results, profits. We understand it's part of the industry living that they need to make money. We understand that.
Or save.
Or saves.
Yeah.
But there is like a journey to go through.
And when you actually start looking and caring about people, you find other opportunities to actually provide savings as well. So one of the one of those,
think before we speak.
Yeah, one of those that we heard from Simon Sinek is happy people produce more. Right there, that's easy, right?
That's the story about the hotel.
Perfect story about the guy.
I think we told them.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
And happy people won't quit, so you won't have to invest on training as much. And when you're training new employees, the experts and the people that are seniors, you're basically paying for them to train. So that's not profit. That's not investing. That's, just maintaining your business. So there's a lot of benefits, underlining benefits of having motivated, happy, satisfied contributors and employees, which we never talked about before, right? So if you have a high level of how can I say, negativity in the office, or people tend to focus too much on what other people are doing instead of focusing on ideas and focusing on, how do we get better, how do we make our process better, what are the types of products that we need to focus on right now, new technologies. If they're focusing on what other people are doing, gossip, then that's also waste. Every minute, every hour that people are investing in those things is a waste. And that only happens in environments that are not good for people.
And that's why, and after that speech of Bruno, it makes me truly believe, and we have covered that on other topics with our big friend that is in Germany right now, Louison, that Scrum Master should not be rotated position.
Yeah.
Because you're not able to, because it takes time. Even if you like every 3 months you rotate the position, the Scrum Master, he should be, as I would say, part of the coaching, Agile coach, because he knows the team. Yeah. He will create the environment that innovation, creativity, productivity, blah blah blah, activity, it will happen. And people will not care about if they are making more or less money. They are going to seek for BHAGs. I want more. I want to change. I want to make more time to watching us. on talk show. I need more time to see Bruno and Nelson. So how can I get better? Like someone needs. That's why we understand that the agile coach, it will be the person that will build up that environment that people will pursue and seek for greatness, no matter what, no matter how tears it might come, right? He's not doing overtime, guys. I'm sorry, right? But how bad he want it, how bad he want to be the best squad, how bad he want it, you know,
do the greatest product ever.
How you build up high performance teams. You know, so that's why people need to look carefully about the leader, because we know that each one should be leader. I understand.
Everyone can be a leader.
Right. But who will be the one people will be inspired of?
Yeah.
You know, Bruno is the guy I get inspired every day. It's not like, you know, I don't know, maybe Buddha. No, not Buddha. Too much. I'm joking.
Buddha is...
I know. What I'm saying is not like
Kobe.
A senior... Yeah.
Eduardo Kobe is the Buddha.
The Buddha.
The agile...
But he got hair.
The agile coach Buddha.
But he got hair. He's not fat. So, so what I'm saying is, you know, we need to, like, people need to find someone, and you need to put right people on the right place so people can get inspired of. Yeah. You know, I'm saying that Bruno is someone that inspired me, and it's not like I'm a huge manager and executive. No, it's someone that I truly believe on what he believes. So people will be motivated by what he believes, but not what he does. Because sometimes business make you to do something that maybe it's about, you know, your personal beliefs, your values. So that's why sometimes we are not accepting something because it goes over our values, right? So people will feel you when he get connected by what you think, but not what you do. That's my last wording for today.
When you were talking about building up the environment and the teams, I remembered, and I think this is what I would like to just end with, is that just so it can become, if it's not clear at this point, but just to make it very clear on the responsibility of becoming an agile coach or a coach, is that part of the responsibility of coaches is to help people learn about themselves and build up self-esteem, which is, you know, which is very important for all that we do, for keeping ourselves motivated and strong in this lifelong journey. And so building up self-esteem in people and self-awareness so that they can be responsible for the change they're looking in their lives is a huge responsibility. So, you know, remember that. That's very sensitive. And so whenever we do anything, we carry that torch, because regardless of position and names, we want to be very careful, because we want to help people build their self-esteem so they can be better. And that's very sensitive. So
I like that, you know, I remember that from the Simon Sinek about the Marines. They would die for you. You know,
for each other, brothers and sisters. Yeah, some people might think this is, you know, utopic, you know, not possible. But that's just because we come from, you know, decades of, you know, waterfall kind of management style and command and control. But there are better ways to do it. There are other ways to do it, you know, that are healthier and that can help us build up an environment that would help us remove the levels of stress that we see these days, which are very, you know, damaging to our, you know, lives.
Yeah, and guys, the change is on our hands. We need to make it. We need to start it.
Yeah.
You know, the only way we can change, it will be doing something different. Respect each other. We hope you like this season 2. Stay tuned for the season 3. New things are coming up. Time boxed. It will be something that we're gonna seek for real.
Yeah.
Today was almost 30 minutes, but it was like a huge topic that we could spend hours talking to.
Yeah.
Hours.
And also more videos.
More videos.
Yeah.
We can
So-
share some videos, right?
Huh?
At the bottom of this episode, some topics, some videos about coaching. That
Yeah,
one,
for sure, yeah.
that one from Dave.
Stay tuned for recommendations of coaches to follow, people to look for and to learn from. That people that inspired us and still do.
Hey.
Stay safe and
Be real.
be real to be agile.
I like that. Okay, guys. See you next time.
Next season.
Next season. We're gonna stay like 3 weeks planning how it will be the season 3. Ideas in here,
Yeah.
likes. We used to do that in the past, right?
Yeah,
Comments.
we still do.
Yeah. Stay tuned,
Be
guys.
safe, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Agile.
Let's eat, man. Vacations. We are talk show vacations. We do vacations.
We could go on a rodizio, man. Pizza rodizio.